Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Let Me Ask You This. I'm your host, Tom, and today with me I have my buddy Johnny. No way do we actually believe in these conspiracy theories. We are just here to educate you on conspiracy theories, because conspiracy theories are awesome. Before we get going, just want to remind you guys about my contest that I'm doing. I still need a logo and a theme song, so make sure you submit those, and the winner gets $25 gift card to wherever you want. So yeah, let's just get right into it, I guess. So the first one we're going to be talking about, the Men in Black. And no, we're not talking about the movie with Will Smith. So John, I think, personally, that, have you seen the movie Paul?
Yes.
So you know how he came up with all the alien ideas?
Yep.
I think this is what it actually is. Like, it just made perfect cover. Why would people believe a movie?
Well, if you think about all the Men in Black movies, it would be a perfect cover if you think about it.
Exactly. So
They're
kind of like how...
but the reality is, these guys are kind of like thugs.
Yes.
It's all it is.
Have you not by any way, shape, or form trying to give shout-outs to have sponsors about anything? But have you seen the new movie for Men in Black?
That one is supposed to be coming out?
Yeah, that takes place in London with...
I have no interest in it.
No interest in it? They should have stopped after number 2. Let's be honest.
Well, my boys are in it, man. Lee Jones is in it, and Will Smith in it. Why would I want to watch it?
This is very true.
Watching Tommy Lee Jones get eaten in the first one by that cheesy CGI bug thing, man, that was entertainment.
That was entertainment. And, I mean, this segment will bring us right into the second segment that we're going to be talking about, which is lizard people, or reptoids. And there's a bunch of other names for them that we'll get into, but right now, let's just focus on the Men in Black. So, before we start talking about these stories that we found, because you can't find facts about the Men in Black. You can't. It's impossible. I spent a couple hours looking.
Yeah.
God, you spent a couple hours looking, right?
I spent a couple hours looking and I got a headache. And
you can't find anything. It's nearly impossible. So, I found a couple things to be able to tell if you're talking to somebody in the Men in Black. I don't know if you did, but
no, shoot away. Maybe I know. Maybe I don't. I've known about this theory for years.
Okay, so one of the things that I found is they don't look human.
Yeah. They started describing that, but the only story I actually believed was actually the 1947 incident. I don't remember the guy's name, but now the story goes, he was basically out on a boat, and you saw multiple objects flying saucer. They described them as donut-shaped. But basically what happened is, one of these objects dropped out of the sky, and some debris hit them, and actually...
Yeah, it hit his son, right?
His son had killed his dog. That's actually what happened. And he did get photographs and everything, but basically what he says is that eventually some guy just dressed in a black suit kind of showed up. He didn't give any description of the face, and this is what made me actually believe it. Because I could totally believe a government agent is showing up, especially back then in 1947. Dude, you know how sketched out people would be about that? They're already scared about the communists.
Yeah.
Why would it? I would totally understand that, no. But near that, as the stories went on, they started descriptions. And it was plastic skin, and they sound like robots and everything, and that's when actually, I know there's other stories that we're going to get into that describe this, but near that, they said they might just be the aliens in disguise. Alright, my issue with that is, so aliens who build flying saucers that can travel to multiple planets throughout the universe, they can't build a better disguise.
Well, yeah, I see what you mean. It does seem kind of suspicious that, they can't build a better disguise. I mean, so let's go to a reference that we actually know: Men in Black, the movie.
Yep.
So they don't walk like robots. They don't look. They look human. Like, they never got into like what the aliens look like that are the Men in Black agents. They only really talked about J and Q.
Yeah, so you basically are saying though they could have had agents that were aliens.
Yes, that's because
Yeah, I can definitely see that
yeah,
more like humanoid looking aliens. Basically, still throw a little makeup on them, put some sunglasses on, and you're all good.
yeah, pretty much. But like, so pretty much what I've read about Men in Black disguises, I guess you can call them, is they never look like a skin color. They're either really dark and shiny or
Yeah.
as pale as a ghost. Like they're never a perfect shade. They talk like robots. They are always bald. Don't know why.
No eyebrows.
Yeah, no eye, but no hair. No hair
No,
on them
yeah, no hair
whatsoever.
basically, and they always have like red lips, like they put like lipstick on.
Yeah, and they don't have a
So,
name. They go by letters,
yeah, they
just
go
like in the movie.
numbers. They
Numbers.
go by
Yeah. So I don't know. It's weird.
But
This whole situation is just
the thing is
weird.
that made me believe the first story more is that it wasn't two; it was only one. There was only one guy that approached him, and he asked for the pictures he took, I believe.
Only one.
Yeah, but near that, after that, it became to like two.
Yeah, because I know the story that you're talking about because I actually have
Yes,
it right
no.
here.
Yeah, I know, I know. I actually,
Um,
right now, I could believe it.
but then pretty much after that one, they always travel in groups of two, and then there's a third one kind of just hanging out in the background.
Yeah, usually they drive like a black USV, basically something like that.
And they're never new cars. They're always old cars. Like, and they're always like a
Well,
Cadillac.
well, back then, a lot of these sightings, I think, were. I don't think there's been a sighting or anything like this in like since like me and you have been alive. Both of us, what? You're 21, 22?
21.
21, and I'm 22. I don't. There's never been any reports of that since then.
Yeah.
If you think
And I don't know, it's just because like the public kind of just stopped caring, or they are just so used to it that they're just like, yeah, it's a UFO, whatever.
maybe the Men of Black just gave up because people just tell their story anyway and they don't do anything about it.
And plus, that now that like technology is as far as it is,
Well, on top of that, I think the average American these days, I can't say about other countries, but near that, I think most people believe in aliens.
so actually, I'm going to talk about that in the Reptoid
Oh, yeah,
section.
yeah.
About 7 billion people in the United States, 4 billion believe in. Well, it's something stupid like that. I'll have to look at the numbers again.
Reptoids?
Well, no, just believe in conspiracy theories, like in general, and like.
Oh, just in general, I think on average, at least probably every American probably believes in at least one conspiracy theory.
I mean, how can't you believe in the Loch Ness monster? But that's a different story. But so let's get into these stories.
Yeah, another one out of the hat.
So the first one I found, good old trusty. Yes, I have the papers because nonsense. You need facts, and the best place to find facts, Johnny, is the History Channel. The History Channel does not lie. You know, it's history. Why would they lie about history?
Yeah, no, why would anyone lie?
So, this is actually about the story you were talking about. It is called the UFO sightings that launched Men in Black mythology. So, this can be traced back to June 27th, 1947.
Yep.
As the story goes, Arnold, I'm going to butcher his last name.
Dahl? Dahl,
D-A-H-L, Dahl.
Yeah, no, that's his last name, I believe.
But he was Near the eastern shore of Washington's Mary's Island. Where that is exactly, I don't know. I wasn't really looking for locations. I'm just looking for facts. So if you know where that is, feel free to comment.
Yeah, let us know because I have no clue where that is.
They were gathering logs. This is where it's weird because they were gathering logs, but they were in their boat. So get your story straight. Were you in your boat or were you gathering logs?
Well, were they near the shore? Maybe they jumped on the boat after and the guy just didn't give the details.
Well, quotes. This is from History Channel. Gathering logs when he said 6 donut-shaped obstacles hovered about a half a mile above his boat. Make up your mind. Was he in his boat? Was he on the shore gathering logs? Because I can guarantee you
I'm going to be honest.
Not gathering logs.
Now you kind of did not believe the story, even though I just read the story and I believed it. But I just remembered I was really drunk when I read it.
Hey man, alcohol is a big influence on people.
Yeah.
Before long, one of them fell nearly 1,500 feet, followed by raining metallic debris.
Wait a minute, how did they have the exact amount of feet?
Nearly. It's an estimate, nearly.
Nearly? Oh, I did. Okay.
So, first off, how did one just randomly fall?
Yeah, I know.
I know we're supposed to be here.
I'm going to be honest with you, especially with aliens. No, if they don't want us to know they existed, how many objects were there? What, 8? Is that what it said?
6 donut-shaped objects.
6, whatever, man. It's an even number. But why would 6 flying saucers be floating out in the open, middle of the day, where everyone can see them, even though they don't want us to know they exist? I'm assuming, because secrecy is what they do. But and then one just falls down, and the other 5 don't do anything.
So, would you feel more comfortable going to a strange planet by yourself or with a group of people?
Probably with a group of people.
There you go.
No, man, I want my boys to back me up. No.
Well, see, I don't think they don't want us to know they exist, because I do personally believe in aliens.
My big issue with this is that this is my honest opinion. If I do believe in aliens. I will not fucking deny that. But the only problem is that I don't think aliens have anything to do with us.
Yeah, so that's what I was thinking.
Well, they would probably look at us as a bunch of primitive savages. On top of that, no, they probably watch.
Reality TV.
All we do is kill stuff. All we do is kill stuff, and they know as soon as they come down here, if they basically try something, no, we're going to capture them, we're going to dissect them, and find out we can kill them.
Yeah, and
they're smart enough to realize that we're going to do that.
So I'm a big firm believer that the aliens built the pyramids.
I don't believe that.
Huh?
I don't believe that.
You don't? So, the thing that gets me...
I don't want aliens taking credit for our work.
Well, no, the thing that gets me is around this time, and this is another conspiracy theory that I want to get into, later. I'll probably do a segment on it by myself. But there's proof that the pyramids, the Great Pyramids of Giza, they're not tombs. They were made to go into and made to have work done on them. They look like giant generators. And I'm going to get into it more, and I'll talk about it with you more later.
Yeah. I'm really interested in this because I never heard this theory, but
yeah, it's crazy.
So, I just have an issue with aliens taking credit for stuff that we built.
But if you look at all the old cultures, around that time, they all have hieroglyphs of some great being coming down from the sky. Or dragons.
Well, the dragons are going to get into the lizard people.
Oh, yes. Okay. That is very true, actually. I didn't even put 2 and 2 together. But,
lizard people.
But, so, I think that just over time they realized how messed up we were getting. And they're like, we don't want to be part of the civilization anymore because they're just running around killing each other.
Here's a question for you. If aliens were friendly, would you trust them being on our planet? Be honest.
I don't know. Like, that's the thing. Like,
Dude,
if they can prove that they were friendly and they didn't want to kill us,
One of my issue with that, any type of intelligent creature that has any type of intelligence similar to ours, their appetite for warfare is going to be insatiable. And
I never thought of that.
No, and on top of that, dude, our planet's so populated. I'm basically kind of like a prejudiced redneck against aliens from other worlds. Basically, like, no, you can get off my planet.
Well, I mean, that makes sense because, like, we're already overpopulated. We don't need more people or more life forms taking up space, taking up our food, our resources, because we're already running the planet dry. But not the point. We're getting off topic, Johnny. As always. So back to the story. So, some of the debris hit this guy's son. And and it killed the dog. He had a dog with him, by the way, and it killed the dog.
Care more about the dog.
So he took pictures of the aircraft with his camera. So much going on right now. So first he's out gathering logs, but he's in his boat, and then 6 donut-shaped objects come up. One just randomly falls, debris hits his son, kills his dog, and this man decides to take a picture. He's ahead of his time. That is something that we do.
Hey, man.
He was ahead of his time.
What type of camera did he have?
Man, it doesn't specify. But it was good enough.
Is he like a time traveler that whipped out his smartphone and that you have to pick?
But it was good enough that his co-worker, or his supervisor, Fred Chrisman, he saw it, and he went back to the scene to look for himself and saw the aircraft with his own eyes. Doesn't say what he saw, what it looked like, or what. But the following morning, I'm just going to call him Arnold. Arnold was visited by a man in a black suit. They ended up at a local diner. Why would you go to a diner with some random dude? Like, just shows up, like, hey man, let's go to a diner. No. Rule number 1, guys. Stand your ground. Know your rights.
Maybe the guy just kind of rolled up and he was like, hey buddy, put a pistol to his stomach, like, we're going to the diner. And you're going to bring those photos you took the other day. I know about them.
So, yeah, that's another thing we're going to talk about. The intimidation within the Men in Black.
They would have a really hard time with me.
But, he goes on, and says nothing important, really.
Yeah, no, after that, it's really not much,
Yeah.
It says he took the photos, basically took all the evidence, which is what they always do, if you notice.
So here's the fun part. So with all these stories, pretty much, I have found that the government has come out, and the person who said it happened comes out and says everything was a hoax. Like, it didn't really happen, guys. But that's what they want you to think.
If the government really wanted to cover up stuff, they really gotta stop doing that and stop coming out and talking about it themselves, and just have the guy come out and say it's a hoax. No, you don't come out and be like, oh, well, this guy was just making it up. Here he is. Because then it just looks suspicious because you were already involved.
Yeah, but then pretty much this article goes on to say, in all of the different interactions, the Men in Black, MIB, usually have one main purpose: to muzzle witnesses of strange paranormal phenomenon.
I'm going to be honest with you. I do not believe, there's a Men in Black, but I totally believe that there's a part of the government that probably does stuff like that. And the weird thing is, no, you know me, I'm not very fond of governments around the world because I find all of them to be very corrupt. But no, I understand why they would do that because no, people have a tendency of just panicking.
Yeah.
No, and that's my big issue with it. No, if everyone was calm about it, I would be okay with it. But no, if everyone starts crying and doing all the stupid things and that they usually do when they find out something happens, no, it's just going to go downhill. So I can understand if they want to cover up something like that until people have the understanding of it. I'm a reasonable person.
So actually, article continues. This is like the last part. Later, Arnold and Chrisman reach out to the Chicago magazine and attempt to sell their story. So first, this man is like, "Oh my God, it's a hoax. It's not real. It didn't really happen."
I didn't hear that part. The story cut off after that last part. After
Then he just calls Chicago's magazine. It's like, "Hey man, I got a story for you." And the magazine editor contacted this guy named Arnold. Arnold then summoned 2 officers of Army's A2 intelligence to aid the investigation. In July 1947, 2 Army A2 intelligence officers came to investigate. After leaving in their B-25 the next day, the plane caught fire and crashed, killing both officers and doing nothing to quiet the UFO conspiracists.
How does a B-25 look like a flying saucer?
No, they're not saying the B-25 looks like a flying saucer. So
they're saying that this is the same story, right?
Same story, but
okay. So they're saying that was what crashed, and it wasn't a saucer.
So they're saying that after the 2 Army people went to go investigate it, they found out what they needed to find out, and then the plane caught on fire and crashed, killing both of them.
I just have a hard time believing the story now.
Wait, talk about that. That's what a coincidence, you know?
For one, no, you had kind of like some contradictions in the beginning. No, about if the guy's in his boat, out of his boat, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
no,
there's big holes in that entire story. And then at the end.
Somehow it's 1947, this guy just had a camera on deck.
Yeah.
Ready to go. No. And the funny thing is, no, something tells he said this was in Washington, and he was near the shoreline, right?
Yep.
Obviously, he had to be near the shoreline because he saw it over land. Why was he the only one that reported it?
Why not?
Dude, you know if something like happened like that, like where we're from, dude, an explosion happened, there would be hundreds of reports. Like, oh my God.
That's nowadays, though.
Dude, there would have been more than one report. People are always looking for attention. And that is an attention getter. Like, hey, I saw it too.
Where is this? Washington. Yes, I'm Googling where this is. Excuse my Googling for a second.
No, yeah, you Google it, man. I'm curious, and I guarantee other people are very curious.
So yeah, it's in Washington.
Just regular Washington State? Okay, wait a minute, I can believe
Correct.
it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can believe it. Never mind, I can kind of believe it. There might not have been no one else around. I don't know. Is that a highly populated state?
I mean, it happened...
Now, in 1947, which obviously human population was a lot lower than...
So, it's pretty much right next to Seattle. It is an hour drive from Seattle. So, no, oh well, I don't care. But yeah, that happened or didn't happen.
I don't know why, but hearing you say it instead of me reading it made me not believe the story one bit.
Hey, I'm not here to make up your decision. I'm just here to
I don't
feed you the
believe it.
facts.
I don't believe it now, man. Flying saucer stories are always like crazy, man, because people that know usually see them and report them. If you notice,
Yeah.
for example, someone that I knew was like, "Oh my God, it's a flying saucer," and my uncle was looking up and he goes, "That's a satellite." And he's like, "Watch, there's gonna be another one that comes through the same path because they do this thing called orbit the Earth."
So, what made me believe in aliens? This is going to sound completely crazy, but
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be
man,
crazy.
if you guys don't believe me, you guys can go through on my channel, on my Facebook, and comment and ask me more info. But I was in about sixth, seventh grade. Driving home from a wrestling tournament in New Hampshire. I was with my mother and 3 of my sisters. So it's 5 of us in this minivan. Everybody on the highway was stopped. Pulled over to the side of the people standing outside their cars, and we're all like, "What's going on?" So we pulled over, and we looked outside, and it sounded like jet engines, but louder. And you just look up, and you see this giant light, like this, just flying across the sky. And aliens. Like, there's no aircraft that big. Aircrafts don't have lights that go like this, like one solid light. It looked like the spaceship out of Star Trek, the back of it. I don't remember what it's called because I don't watch Star Trek. But that's what it looked like. And it was the craziest thing I ever saw. And, I mean, the Men in Black never showed up to my place to wipe my memory. Or tell me to shut up. But, still, like, I don't know, if you don't believe that we're not alone, you're crazy. You're the crazy one. I'm sorry.
Wonder why I believe in aliens? Because the universe is just too big.
Exactly. I mean, I'm not trying to keep people up at night.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Our planet is very unique amongst our galaxy. But come on, you don't think there's anything else? They found water on Mars.
They did.
Yeah, no, you really think there's nothing else out there? No, I think it's just too hard to believe.
I mean, people still argue about where we come from.
No, we're from Earth. Don't let.
No. I mean, like, how we came about. Like, there's a bunch of different theories out there about how we came about, and
no, I was gonna say evolution, but it's still a theory.
Exactly. We don't have you can say science is proof, but science changes every day. So.
I'm weird about that type of stuff when it comes to alien science and all that stuff because, I believe science can explain a lot of things, but at the same time, it can't explain everything.
Exactly. It can't explain everything.
To the next story?
Yeah. So, where to start? So, pretty much everything I have, like, most of the stuff I read, pretty much the MIB started harassing people since the 1950s.
So you don't count the 1940s, 1947's incident as harassment?
I mean, it sounds like he took him out to dinner. It was like, "Hey man, it's not real." And the guy's like, "Okay."
Well, no, he took the photos away from him, but the guy didn't describe anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Could have bribed him, like, "Hey man, no, give up those photos. There's $1,000 in it for you." Like, all right, man, I don't care about the aliens.
So, back to what they look like. Man, I don't know. It's just weird.
Conspiracy theories. Those be weird.
So yeah, they have no eyebrows, no eyelashes, no signs of stubble. So like they never have like a 5 o'clock shadow. They never have like a weird.
I hear their face their faces are basically almost lifeless, like they're just plain.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much what it says. And so sometimes their skin is dark, sometimes unnaturally pale. Sometimes their eyes are.
If their skin was dark, only areas all like very pale, like pale.
Yeah.
Can't
So
talk.
sometimes their eyes are improperly colored. Don't know what they mean by what's an
Uh,
improperly colored eye.
there's been discussions that with there being the aliens, some people say aliens' eyes glow. No,
Yeah.
well, they think they glow green, and that's why they wear the sunglasses to cover that up. I think that's dumb.
Yeah. Um.
They're like what 6 feet tall, I think something like that. Six, a little bit over that.
Yeah.
They're
Never
basically
short.
basketball players that look
Yeah.
unnatural.
They always have brand new vehicles, never unused.
I believe they could be aliens, and what? Aliens is out there carjacking people in nice cars or something, man.
And they team up with Transformers.
Well, people actually have theorized that the Men in Black are actually aliens that have joined forces with the U.S. government. Just the U.S. government, not anywhere else in the world. That's the U.S. government.
Why would they not team up with anybody else? I mean, no, I'm not getting into politics. No politics.
Like trying to make sense. Like, no, this is a conspiracy theory. It's not meant to make sense.
Yeah, that's true.
How does that even kink into it? No, it doesn't even make sense. Oh, we just only talk to them.
So, the license plates, you can never trace them. There's been counts where people tried looking up the license plates and like bringing them to the cops, and they're like, "Dude, that license plate doesn't exist."
Wait a minute, who's looking up these license plate numbers?
So the one that I have, I need to find the beginning of it. This one kind of jumps all over the place, and that's why I wasn't like reading it. I was just reading like parts of it. So at first it doesn't give a name, but then it gives a name. So this is from a article from Menace in Black by Robert Gorman. And it starts. Okay, so Cher managed a closer look at the face. There was no eyebrows or eyelashes, no sign of stubble. The color acknowledged Cher by name and specified what they wanted to discuss. Yeah, that they wanted to discuss his UFO sighting, giving an exact date and time. Cher was perplexed as to how they had gotten this information, but refused to let him in. Which is weird because at first it said it was a call. Oh, okay. Oh, no, it didn't. I lied. Yeah, no, the caller. Yeah, so, no sense. Cher asked to see some identification, but the visitor ignored him and repeatedly asked to come in. It was almost as if this character could only utter a limited selection of set phrases. So, kind of goes back to talking like a robot. They can't put together their own thoughts to, like, humanoid thoughts to talk to you. It's like they got a translator and learned only a few phrases and was like...
These are kind of sound like these people had a Terminator walk around but didn't know how to talk.
Yes. It's like children. They only know a few... What's that? What's that? What's
It's
that? You just
ridiculous.
asked me what that was.
Ridiculous. No, aliens. I feel like they would be able to build something that actually knows how to talk properly.
Yeah,
If it
like,
was an alien.
makes no sense.
And if it was the U.S. government, just send a regular guy. Wear a
Yeah.
black suit, shave off his eyebrows if you really feel that's necessary, and then
I don't see why that's necessary.
I don't. Yeah, that's my main issue with that. No, and the only part that the reason why I actually originally believed the original story, the first story of 1947, more was basically just because he didn't really describe it. He's like, it's got some guy in a black suit. I'm like, all right, government agent doesn't want anyone to know about this. But now when they started this stuff, I was like, what?
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, now this is this. Maybe the first story was actually real, and then he just didn't know what the hell to think because maybe he was scared about meeting with that man, and then he just contradicted stuff, didn't know what the hell he was talking about really, and then these guys seeking attention made up their own stories and then started this big conspiracy about the MIB.
Makes total sense.
So.
But then it goes on to say, two men in their 20s visited Richardson and questioned him briefly. They never identified themselves, and Richardson, to his own subsequent surprise, did not ask who they were. Two random people walk up to you in black suits and start asking you questions. You only ask them who they are, right? Hey man, let me see some identification. Like,
dude, even if I see identification, I'm turning around and walking away. And I'm going to be like on my shoulder waiting for them to attack me.
Like, it makes no sense. Like, how are you going to sit there and be questioned by people and not ask them who they are? Like, that's the first thing I do when I talk to people.
Bring up some logical explanation and you talk to me. I'm not talking to them.
Yeah.
Especially if I know aliens are out there, people gotta know.
Exactly.
No, I want us to be prepared, man. If those guys come down here trying to invade us, I want us to be able to kill them. We would. I know we would because we're humans and we're good at destroying stuff.
But it goes on to say he noted that they left in a black 1953 Cadillac. Again, black. Everything surrounds them is black, pretty much.
Everything's black, basically, except for their skin.
Yeah, except for their skin. Well, some of them are black, as it goes on.
I never heard that though. No, everyone that says they have plastic white skin, basically.
Sometimes their skin is dark. Sometimes unnaturally pale. So I guess
where did you find that? Because I never found that.
Did I write the source down? I thought I wrote the source down. I
Sure.
to. Yeah. Skeptoid.com.
Skeptoid? I'll have to check that out. I saw that tonight, actually. But, yeah.
But then, so they left. Then at 5:30 p.m., there was a knock on the door. A representative of the Missing Hears Bureau said that he was, quotes, Missing Hears Bureau, quotes, said that he was looking for an Edward Christianus. That's what it says.
I actually recognize that name, yes.
Who had inherited a great deal of money. This investigator, dressed in black, and stood at least 6'6". That is not short, people.
6'6"?
6'6".
What, does he play basketball?
No, he's talking to people about aliens.
You should be playing basketball.
He should be playing basketball.
Man, that gotta be a legend.
With a enormous frame, with thyroid eyes, and dead white skin, and pipe stem limbs.
Huh. Dude, I hate the guy that has to make the suit for him. Poor bastard.
Yeah, it said that he spoke in a high, quotes, tiny, end quotes, voice that issued a emotionless monotone in clipped in phases, like a computer. This is what I found really interesting. So his trousers, his pants, just in case for you youngins out there that don't know what trousers are, they were too short. And
Stories.
they...
You're saying high water?
No, they were
you
just...
could see his ankles?
Yeah, you could see his ankles.
Okay, that just makes me not believe it even more.
And they lit up his skinny leg, and a thick green wire came out of his sock and disappeared under his pants. So this is man an alien or a robot? Like,
I think it's someone was seeking for attention. I saw this. No, you didn't.
and then when he left, he gave a hand signal, and a 1963 black Cadillac pulled alongside with its headlights out. The stranger climbed into the car and drove off, with its headlights still out.
Alrighty then.
Yeah.
I don't believe
it says that there's a couple stories like this. It says that no Men in Black has ever been photographed, but I have one, and it's gonna pop up for you guys in a second.
Yeah, I think I know the photograph you're actually thinking was the only one that ever made. These guys kind of around a building.
Yeah, he's, you see him sitting around a building, and...
Dude, I know he isn't wearing like some other dark color, not black.
And also, I have this picture of a drawing that is going to come up for you guys later of a Men in Black. But, yeah, you can't track the license plates. But if you guys want, we can get into the more serious stories. And Johnny, if you want to start us off with that.
The main story that I really came to mind after reading stuff about the Men in Black, or probably about two of them. And one of them was, I forget, I don't know his name, but no, it was a guy who was driving home, and a flying saucer, what he says, hit his car while he's driving, and then, I guess it disappeared. Disappeared out of nowhere, but yet there was like one piece of metal laying on the ground. Already pretty unbelievable. But he picked up the metal, brought it home, and then next thing you know, I think it was a couple days later, two men came and dressed in all black, asked him about the piece of metal. He said he sent down for a piece of testing, and because I think it was back in the 1960s, if I recall. But they said, if you don't give us a piece of metal back, or something like that, your wife isn't going to be as pretty as she is. See, right there, they would have had a bad time if they were dealing with me, because I would have shot both of them. That's just me. I'm kind of a violent person at times, especially if you threaten someone I actually care about. Yeah. But on top of that, no, this story was reported.
Yeah.
This story was absolutely reported, and then which makes me believe that is kind of bullshit. And there's really nothing else about it. It's just that, no, I guess the guy sent it out for testing to find out what type of metal it was or something.
Let me guess, there's nothing from this world.
No, there's no report of it. There's no report of it. That's it. That's it. He sent it out for testing, and then no, it can't. And then those guys came, and it doesn't even say whether he gave the metal back last time I recall. That's what I got from the story.
So wait, there was no report of what the metal was?
No. There's nothing. But yet, no, get this. A flying saucer hit him. Supposedly hit his car. It didn't disappear. One piece of metal. How did he get home after that? A flying saucer hits your car, dude, you are not driving home after that. I'm sorry.
Depends where it hits it. I mean, if it, hits the top of it, like the top of the roof,
you drive it, just crash in front of him, and then he hit it.
Maybe it was a love tap. How fast was this man driving?
That knocks, I think, is a big chunk of metal. So a big chunk of metal like this comes off a flying saucer, just flies off into the road, and then it's a love tap. Well, I'm gonna pick it up. I'm gonna be honest with you, dude. I feel like that might be like a piece of the core out of like Chernobyl.
Yeah.
It's quite radioactive as hell, dude.
That guy. Did it go on to say that he died?
No radioactivity. No, I feel like those aliens are using radiation or something.
I mean, I feel like it would be some sort of radio, because everything that I've seen, like on the Discovery Channel and the History Channel, and the aliens guy, like got crazy hair.
Yeah, it's radioactive.
Yeah, everything like I see about flying saucers is radioactive. Like I saw this one show about UFOs, and this wife and husband were just driving and down this back country road. I don't know where it is. And all of a sudden a UFO that's kind of like egg-shaped come down, and it just stops like right in front of them. And they stop, they get out of the car, and they look at it. And then the husband was like, oh, get back in the car, because he's the only one thinking, oh my god, this thing came out of the sky, I don't want to be standing in front of it. Why he got out of the car in the first place, I don't know.
If he was really thinking, like how I would think, as soon as I saw a thing flying through the air with a beam of light coming down, I'd pull the other way and
I'm out.
I would hammer the throttle, man. And this barrel ass down. No, if they came back to us, I would kick my girl out of the car.
See ya.
She might have a broken bone or something. At least she isn't going to get abducted.
What if they just stop and take her?
Those aliens best hope I don't get in a spaceship. Because no.
Be like John Wick.
Yeah,
Alien
John Wick. Alien style, man. Instead of killing my dog and stealing my car, just stole my girl.
But no, so they go to get back in the car, and they touch the handles, and the handles are like on fire. Like there's wicked hot. And they end up having like radiation poisoning. Like they didn't even touch the spaceship, they touched the car, which was like probably 100 feet away from the spaceship.
Did they say they were abducted or anything? No? No, it's weird because I recognize a story like that, but I think the couple was actually abducted. That's what they say. And it was on History, this was years ago, so I don't really remember. But they said they were abducted, but no. There's nothing after that, no. I think people just thought they were kooks after that, no. Because honestly, if anyone tells me that they were abducted by aliens, even I, who believes in aliens, I'm just like, dude, you're crazy.
So have you noticed, so I found this interesting, getting back onto Men in Black and UFOs. So all this stuff started happening when it was after World War II, and the U.S. started the Cold War with Russia.
That is a very good point, and
so tensions are already high within the American people. Oh
yeah.
my god, communist, oh my god, Cuban Missile Crisis.
Yep.
And so now they're seeing these weird flying objects flying over us, and like this is like right after Hitler, and like during like fighting with Russia, but it wasn't a war, I guess. It was kind of just a stalemate, because we all knew that we all had nukes, and we'd all die.
Yeah. I can definitely see what you're saying there, and I think it's a huge factor, because the American people back then, I think even if you go to Russia, they were paranoid about us.
Yeah.
Their people is as paranoid as us, because they didn't know whether we're going to nuke them or they're going to nuke us. I have a feeling though it might have been a couple of experiments that made people kind of think wrong, but neither that, no. If the government probably did like, oh, this actually might be something else, but neither that, if you knew the American people back then, they probably would just point the fingers at Russia, like, this is the Russians. No, so I could definitely see the American people, because I highly doubt they wanted to start a war.
Oh,
especially two countries that possess nuclear weapons.
It would not end well for anybody. And, like, that's where we on a stalemate now with everybody. Like, everybody has nukes nowadays.
Yeah, no, it's kind of a bummer.
But anyways,
I
off politics.
Yeah,
I just want to bring that up because I found it interesting.
But no, I get what you're saying, but no. Like,
so,
there's probably a load of people that think the fucking Men in Black are the CIA.
oh, probably. Because, the CIA started not long after, right?
Like, I think 2-3 months after that, the first sighting.
Yeah.
But you want to know something? I don't think it's the CIA. I just highly doubt that. I think it might be, I think it might just be an average government organization that's like telling some people to keep their mouth shut.
Makes sense. I mean,
I believe it would make sense, absolutely.
I mean, everybody needs something like that. I mean, I can't get too much into it because of my job and stuff.
Absolutely no, but neither that, no. I'm just saying, no. CIA, no, they might have their hands in some sketchy stuff, but no, covering up aliens, I highly.
Yeah.
I
feel like the CIA has a lot more important stuff to do.
Yeah, they got more important stuff. Yeah, exactly. No.
Than to cover up aliens.
Like, see, man.
So I'm going to take a break from my CIA job as Stan Smith and tell you to shut up about aliens.
Yeah, exactly. No.
That's another thing. Maybe it's true. Haven't you seen American Dad? Stan Smith and Roger?
Yo, you leave Stan Smith alone.
Well, no, he wears a blue suit. Never mind. Right? It's a dark blue. It's not black.
Leave him alone.
But he's bald.
You're pretty judgmental, man. Leave my boys alone. I love Stan. Love them.
That's a great show. So stories. Story time. I like stories. Because that's all we found. Like, facts within stories, but...
Well, no facts. Are you going to read off all these stories?
No, not all of them.
Okay, man, because that would take fucking forever.
Yeah. So I have 9 stories. And...
Yeah. There's a whole 9 stories, basically, to Men in Black. It's just some of them get kind of long.
Yeah. So, the first one I'm going to talk about is the Solway Firth, that's what it is, Firth, spaceman photo, and visits a government visit. Photo is going to be shown of this photo in this video. So, this takes place in Australia. Good old Australia, where everything can kill you. So Jim Templin was shocked to discover this figure in the background of a photo of his daughter. His figure was not in the camera's view when he took the photo, and nobody had any idea where it came from. The film was verified and authentic by Kodak. Templin's story went public. Not long after, he was visited by 2 government agents, referred to themselves as Number 9 and Number 10. Weird, they don't have names. They demanded to see the site of the photo and questioned Templin. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name. Templeton. I'm going with Templeton. Sorry that I just butchered that a bunch of times. About the event. When Templeton told them he didn't see the figure personally, the men became angry and stormed out of the field, never to be seen again. Templeton was later contracted by 2 employees at a missile launch pad in Australia, who claimed that they saw 2 figures that resembled the man in his daughter's photo on launchpad security footage. Apparently, the missiles at that site in Australia had been produced only 20 miles away from the field where Templeton took the photo. So as you guys see, it is a photo of just a little girl sitting there and a guy in like a radioactive suit. And I don't know how taking a picture you would miss that in, like, oh yeah, no, nobody's there, but then you take it and then there's some random guy in a radioactive suit.
So what year was this taken? Sorry, I missed that.
It doesn't say.
What does it say?
Doesn't say.
You know what's interesting about this is I never heard this story until you told me. So I don't know too much about it, so I can't say too much about it. Now, I don't know, maybe it could be a hoax, but they just say it's a guy in a radiation suit.
Yeah. And it says 20 miles away from the field where he took the photo is where they produced the missiles. So it makes sense because depending on what the missiles are, I don't know Australia's awesome.
It could possibly be a photo that made it to the public that maybe might not supposed to make it to the public.
Yeah. I mean, as you guys see, the photo's right there. Let me know what you think of it. Is it weird that he apparently didn't see the guy there, or if the guy disappeared?
No, I saw the photo.
Yeah, I showed you the photo.
Very, very noticeable.
It is very noticeable.
It's like a little girl, and there's this big guy with a radiation suit behind her, and all this.
Looks like he's photobombing her, like looking straight at the camera.
It's like, all right, no, my money is on no. It was a photo that shouldn't have been taken, but it kind of made it to the public.
Yeah.
No, I don't think there's any type of conspiracy behind it. No, what the government's designing new bombs, real shocker. What government isn't? But no, whatever.
But this next story I have, John, is this guy is in the Air Force. That is the story's about. So his Paul Miller, very easy name, I can say that, was returning home after a hunting trip when they saw a luminous disc in the sky. The disc landed in an empty field and two humanoids emerged from the craft. Humanoids. So, take what you want from that. I feel like that's a very broad term for this story. Do they look human? Are they human? Or are they aliens that look like, you know what I mean? Like, that's a very broad term to use. But, randomly, Miller decided to shoot him. Because he's on a hunting trip. So, Miller fired his gun at them. And he believed he had injured one. When he fled down a rural speech impediment. But he fled in his car, okay? Let's just say that. He fled in his car. However, in that moment, he realized he had lost time. It was almost 3 hours later than when he first encountered the craft. He shrugged it off and went back to his Air Force job the next day. However, upon entering work, he was immediately confronted by three men in black suits. That was worded weird. Oh my god. They told him that they had his file. Despite having told nobody about the event, the men said they still knew all about it, and mentioned that the encounter would best be forgotten. Paul says, "They seemed to know everything about me, where I worked, my name, everything else." First off, you're in the military. If somebody else from the military walks up to you, or from the government walks up to you and says they know everything about you, you're on file.
I find this whole story stupid, because if he is military personnel, One, I feel like not just three random guys in black suits. I feel like his commanding officer will also be there. I need someone way higher than his commanding officer be having to work with him.
Yeah.
No, there's no reason like, well, I'm on duty, now just chilling on guard. Like these three guys walk up and hey, I got a word with you, man. I got your file here. No, I got to talk to you what happened last night. If I was in the military, obviously I'm not, but I'd be like, no.
Sometimes it doesn't work like that.
I don't know, man. I'm not military, and nor will I ever be, and I don't know anything like that. But either that, it'd just be kind of like, what are you guys talking about? I don't know you.
See, so, military folk out there. If you're ever in trouble, the first thing you ask for is your first sergeant. Remember that. You're in trouble if your first sergeant's there. Just know that. Anyways, last story I want to talk about, and I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce this guy's last name, but he is from Ghostbusters. His first name is Dan. So Dan has came forward with his theory about how he was taping a show about paranormal. He stepped out to take a phone call from Britney Spears.
I don't know if I recall that story now. I remember him. The story I heard that he took out a break, and then he saw like a USB and blah blah blah, and then you didn't continue.
Oh, this is just how he was shut down by the MBI.
Oh no,
MIB.
I just didn't hear the description that he took a phone call from Britney Spears.
Well, she was asking him to appear on Saturday Night Live with her when he noticed a black Ford parked across the street. This is the first time that I read that it was a Ford and not a Cadillac.
I didn't hear it was a Ford. It said a black vehicle, black USV.
But so parked across the street, a tall man stepped out of the Ford and started toward him. Dan turned away for a moment and then turned back to find that the man in the car had completely vanished. He had finished his phone call. He returned to the studio to learn that his show has been canceled and was ordered to stop filming immediately. Some doubts, he claimed, but Dan said he knew what he saw, and maintains that there was some kind of connection between these MIB and the end of his paranormal show. So, maybe he was onto something. Maybe he figured them out.
Does it give it a year when this happened?
Negative. It does not. But I'm going to have
to say because I'm a fan of him. He's a very funny guy. For you that don't know what we're talking about, is a guy that actually played Ray on Ghostbusters vs. I'm not going to pronounce his last name because you don't know that type of stuff.
Yeah, I respect him too much to try to butcher his last name.
Yeah, exactly, but neither that, no. Part of me wants to believe it, but neither that. Part of me is like, this might be made up, or neither that, no. They just didn't want to talking about the type of stuff. Because it's really hard to explain, because, I never saw the show that he was filming.
Yeah, neither did I.
No, so I don't even remember. The only thing I remember him from is, basically Ghostbusters and some other films he did.
Yeah.
And that, before that is nothing. Which, maybe this might be a man, I hate when speech about that. Publicity stunt. No, but neither that, no. I could totally believe it if he was actually on something that the government show up and be like, shut up. We don't need to even talk about this type of stuff, man.
People are starting to believe you, man.
No. There's already enough crazy conspiracy theorists out in this country. We don't need any more of you. Stop breeding them. I can believe that.
But that was the last story for the MIB. And if you believe in the MIB, and you believe in aliens, and you believe they are among us, this right here is the king of all conspiracy theories, I personally believe. I loved it. I hope you guys like it too. I mean, it's not that long. It's very short and simple, but we're going to talk about it a little bit. So, this is from Johnny, if you don't mind. I found an article from Time Magazine. Time Magazine about lizard people. So, if you guys want to go out on your own and do some more research about lizard people, Reptoid.com, give it a look. Literally, I typed in lizard people, and this is the first thing that popped up on Google, is this Time Magazine article. And quotes, this is word for word what Time Magazine said. They are among us, blood-drinking, flesh-eating, shape-shifting, extraterrestrial reptilian humanoids with only one object in their cold-blooded little heads, to enslave the human race. They are our leaders, our corporate executives, our beloved Oscar-winning actors and Grammy-winning singers. They are responsible for the Holocaust, the Oklahoma City bombings, and the 9/11 attacks. At least according to former BBC sports reporter David Icke, who became the poster human for the theory in 1998 after publishing his first book, The Biggest Secret, which contained interviews from two Brits who claimed members of the royal family are nothing more than reptiles with crowns. The conspiracy theorist and New Age philosopher who wrote Only Twerks for a time and insisted on being called Son of Godhead, says these... Man, this is such a weird word. Anukai, the reptilians, have controlled humankind since ancient times. They count among their number Queen Elizabeth, George W. Bush, Henry Kissinger, Bill and Hillary Clinton, and Bob Hope. Encroaching on other conspiracy theorists' territory. Icke even claims that lizards are behind secret societies like the Freemasons and Illuminati. Since earning their dubious title of Paranoid of the Decade in the late 1990s, Icke has written several books on the topic, including his latest work, The David Icke Guide to the Global Conspiracy, while operating his own website, complete with merchandise and advertisements. Time Magazine, everybody. So, just from that, reptilian humanoids, lizard people, the... This is why I like this so much. It's just so crazy.
I just want to say one thing though. With David Icke, when this first came out, I heard some stories though, and I actually feel bad for the guy because I guess he went on a talk show and he actually got laughed. He got laughed off.
Did he really?
No, he got laughed off, and he was talking about what really bummed me out. He's talking about what. Talks about giving out, like basically overcoming negativity with laughter and everything, and then the hostess basically looked at him and goes, no, the people aren't laughing with you, they're laughing at you, and then the guy said, apparently he walked off. Apparently, that's what I heard.
Dude, that's terrible.
But neither that, he was basically chased around by the paparazzi, and then he couldn't even go to any pubs. And No, people can be crazy, but no, I couldn't even imagine how fucking hurtful that would be.
Dude, yeah, like,
No, that would just be horrible to do to someone. No, this basically that would. Okay, if someone's crazy, but it doesn't mean they're not a good person. No, they believe in lizard people, whatever. No, I guarantee you probably know good people that might believe them. I think I heard it told. I think it's taken out in 2013, so it was a while ago. But near that, it's about 4% of Americans believe in lizard people, but that equals out to 12 million.
yeah, no, I have it. I have it here.
You can
So
imagine what that number would be now. It's probably
okay, so right here, 4% of Americans believe in lizard people, while another 7% were unsure. Excuse me. Taken to its absurd extreme, that would imply around 12 million Americans.
Well, Tom, do you believe in lizard people? You do, don't you?
It wouldn't be crazy.
Um,
No,
I don't believe in lizard people.
I don't believe in lizard people either. Because as you guys
How
will
about
hear,
the Greys? How about the Greys? You believe in the Greys?
the Greys, I think that's something you have to educate me on.
The Greys are another alien race that's supposed to be experimenting on the human race. Some people actually have theories that the Greys are actually people. This is what I heard. It's anything I made, but they think the Greys are actually people who discovered time travel and actually are basically the evolution of humans. But there's also other theories that the Greys are actually enslaved by the reptinoids, the lizard people. So they're slaves to us.
So many, just like
There's so many theories.
so
man.
many
This is
theories.
crazy. Now,
But John, how do you tell if somebody is a lizard person?
well,
Like,
well, the first thing, and something I can relate to being here, because I own a reptile, people that own bearded dragons are like, oh no, that's not true. But no, I deny that fact. But no, they don't really show much empathy.
yeah,
But neither that, no, let me see it now. I remember this full list in my head, but I have it here. Uh, very, very interesting, actually, that someone actually made a list about this. Okay, here we go. Green eyes,
yep,
good eyes or hearing, having red hair.
makes no sense. But continue. Gingers.
Oh, no, the gingers, yeah, basically,
Gingers.
anyone who's a ginger. It says not belonging but, among the human race. So basically, anyone who's antisocial, kind of like me.
You're a
Yes,
lizard, Johnny.
I'm not good. How would I be a lizard? I have terrible eyesight.
Oh yeah, see, like
Yeah, see, I heard that. Unexplained scars on the body. I can explain the scars on my body. I know where they came from. Love of space, which means being alone, which was a really weird description.
oh yeah. See, when I was there, I was thinking about like space, space.
No, I mean to be alone, which my lizard is very paranoid about being people around him, unless it's like me. So no, dude, you never know, man. My bearded drag might be a spy.
Oh yeah.
Ah. And low blood pressure. I'm not sure how exactly you detect that one unless you're a doctor. But neither that. That's
Could
some
you
of the.
imagine going to the doctor and they're like, "You have low blood pressure," and they slowly look at you and like, "Are you a lizard person?" Oh,
But another one that another couple ones I heard, but it wasn't on the list. Was if someone smiles, if like the bottom teeth show instead of their like top.
if they
teeth.
have an overbite.
Yeah, basically, yeah, they have a class 3 bite.
So
A little dental information, but yeah. But near that, another one was over large, like pupils or something, or eyes.
yeah, eyes that changes size. Bottom
Yeah,
teeth show eyes
also
that changes size. or eyes with abnormally sized pupils. So if they're high, guys,
They also, yeah, basically.
if somebody is high, they are a lizard person.
If eyes can change color, they say it's a big sign, which makes no sense to me because any lizard that I've seen, man, I've seen a lot of lizards, hung out with a lot of lizards in the past, man. No, their eyes don't change color, so that I just think that's kind of like nonsense.
So, guys, another way to tell if somebody is a lizard person, they can't say they are not a lizard person.
It's kind of weird that they say like if they have good eye perception, like or this good eyes in general.
Well, lizards have good eyes.
Well, no, if you want to talk about that, no. Bearded dragons and some lizards have the worst depth perception with their eyes.
Well,
like
haven't you played Skyrim and like the Elder Scrolls games?
Like kinda.
So, in them, the lizard people, I forget their names. They have extra power of seeing at night. And I don't know.
I don't feel like my bearded dragon see at night because he used to go to sleep because he doesn't want to look around. Then again, I'll talk about Lizard Man. He's like the world's laziest lizard on the planet.
But if you ask somebody if they are a lizard person, if they just avoid the question, they don't say no, and they just like completely change the subject. Like this, Johnny, are you a lizard person?
Well, according to the theory, I wouldn't know if I was.
See, he's a lizard person because he didn't say no. Lizards.
Well, this whole conversation makes me be a new part of the theory, actually.
No, it could. I mean, I can tell you right now, I am not a lizard person.
Dude, you might be a lizard person that's telling me you're not a lizard person.
But see, that's the thing. Lizard people cannot... So, in February 2011...
I can't lie because that's a lie.
No, they can't lie about not being a lizard person. So...
Yeah, where did you pick that up? What website? I want to know it.
What website did I get this from? Did I write this one down? Oh, I did not. Oh, no.
Yeah. Well,
but I didn't find it out.
Before you finish this, now I got a little thing for you. People actually think the moon is a big... It's not really a moon, it's a space station for the lizard people.
And that's why we never went back.
It's kind of like the Death Star out of Star Wars, yeah. It's about the big laser beam. But basically, they think they're actually hologramming other stuff, but neither that nor they think they're actually controlling our thoughts and what we can say. Yeah. So in other words, you saying you're not a lizard person. You might be a lizard person.
So, you know who Louis C.K. is?
Nah.
He's a comedian, man. Great, one of the greatest comedians, personally, I think.
I don't know who he is, man.
He's funny. So in February 2011, on a radio show, Louis C.K. jokingly asked former U.S. Secretary of Defense Donald Rumsfeld a number of times if he and Dick Cheney were lizard people who enjoyed the taste of human flesh. Amused by Rumsfeld's refusal to directly answer the question, CK suggested it is a possible administration of guilt. He went on to further muse that perhaps those who are lizard people cannot lie about it. When they are asked if they are lizards, they either have to avoid answering the question or say yes.
Ooh.
So guys, tomorrow, go outside, ask your neighbor if they're a lizard person. If they don't say yes, and they just avoid the question, well, if they don't say no, and they just avoid the question, they are lizard people. Call your local authorities and let them know. But make sure when they show up, you ask if they are lizard people. Know your lizard people in your community, guys.
One of the biggest issues with lizard people is, with detecting them, is, the main moon base I talked about right there, no. They actually, ever seen it, the movie, They Live?
Cannot say I have off the top of my
That's
head.
where the saying, "I've come to kick ass" and chew bubblegum and I'm all out of bubblegum is. You better know that.
You had that backwards, man. It's I'm here to chew bubblegum and no, did you?
I've come to kick ass and chew bubblegum and I'm all out of gum. That's how it goes. Trust me, I know how it goes, man.
Doesn't Duke Nukem say that too?
Duke Nukem said it, but no, that movie came out for Duke Nukem. It's a very famous American saying.
I know the saying. I know the saying.
I just want to say I'm very happy to know who Duke Nukem is.
I used to get in trouble playing that game with the big people, like when I was a little kid, like going to the strip clubs and.
It's an amazing game, but we're getting off topic.
Yeah, off topic. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
But near that, he says that it's for the original cop there, but basically you have to put on like these special sunglasses, and you get to see what basically aliens are controlling the world. And no,
makes sense. I think I've seen it.
But near that, it's very accurate to lizard people because of how they say they're controlling the world. And if you go back in the past, suppose they're breeding with us.
Yeah.
Actually, it shows kind of going through that. Basically, Basically, it goes through all of this, and the guy finds out. He turns off this beacon that starts showing all the aliens of what they really are. But near that, no, it shows the breeding because this girl was basically having sex with a guy. Then she looked down. Next thing you know, it's this alien, and then she's kind of like, what? No, it kind of definitely shows now. And you want to know something, dude? You want to know how much I would hate aliens if I found that was true?
How much?
Dude, it would basically be genocide. Dude, come from me, man. No, I don't agree with Hitler at one bit, man. But you want something? I believe a lot of people be following me. Man, we gotta kill all the aliens after that. And take the technology and we're gonna hunt down all of the aliens because they're probably targeting us.
Well, I mean, I guess it all depends because, like, if aliens come peacefully and they don't try to start stuff, I don't see the point of like messing with them.
I don't trust them. No, that's what I said, man. I'm kind of like a prejudiced redneck when it comes to that type of stuff. No, when you think about it, man, it's kind of like, oh man, these aliens are gonna come down here, steal our jobs. My biggest issue is that I think the Earth is overpopulated.
Yeah, we definitely don't need aliens.
No, we don't need aliens to come down. Hey, we'll live here too, man. Can I get a permanent in Manchester? No, you can't. Get out of here.
So, anyways, back on topic of lizard people, not aliens, lizard people. They're different, guys.
Oh well, no. There's a theory that they actually are aliens. Dude, you ain't gonna escape this, man. Some people think they're actually humanoids that basically evolved with evolution, and it became what they are, which would be pretty impressive. But no, I highly doubt. I find it more believable if they're being aliens.
So, who are lizard people? Like, who are the main people that are lizard people? Celebrities, big names.
Yep.
Because they want to get into our brains and control us. Makes sense, because they're already doing that. Not talking about how celebrities are getting into our brains and want to control us, because that's what they do. But not getting too much into it. They just pretty much want to control everybody, and lizard people's main purpose is to dominate the world.
Yep, world domination is what they're after.
World domination.
And they have ranks.
Yeah, just like every other structure in a society, they do have ranks.
I only heard 2 ranks, and I was like, the headers, like the people that are in charge of anything are winged. A bond is called Dracos, I believe.
Yeah, that's
I don't know. The second, what are the seconds called? I don't remember that.
Well, actually, Draco is
Well, Draco is actually a dragon.
where
They
they're
said.
from.
Yeah.
If you guys can hear the train, I'm sorry, I can't control that.
Do you live near a train?
Yeah, I live right next to a train track.
This
Shove
reminds me
each
of.
other.
I'm sorry to go off topic, but this reminds me of a movie.
Oh, but man, so there really hasn't been like a lot of like news or noise about lizard people, but this was hilarious. I found it's awesome. So back in 2008, a Minnesota state race, a man named Lucas Davenport created a national story. Don't know if like you guys remember this. I was too young to remember this because I wasn't really following politics and stuff. But he wrote in lizard people for Minnesota Senate race instead of like a name, and I guess it like created this huge problem. And like he got on news and stuff, and he was just like, "Oh yeah, I thought it'd be funny if I wrote lizard people, because me and my friend we were gonna write revolution, but then we were like lizard people," and yeah, it created a big problem. Don't know if you read about that, but
No, I didn't hear about that, man. Pretty fucking crazy, you know. But no, you want to talk about crazy people, like lizard people? No, anyone that is bound to believe it on like first hand is probably a little bit out there. I think you can agree with me in that state. Like, imagine if a guy ran up to you and talked about lizard people. What would your reaction be?
I'd hear him out.
You'd actually hear him out.
This is what I do fun now. Like I like to. First thing I do is pull out my phone and start talking to him.
High school. That's what I'm talking about. No, if some guy ran up to us talking, he's over looking at your finger.
Sorry, I had something on it.
But no, if some guy ran up to me and you were talking about lizard people, me and you were just kind of sitting there chilling, maybe smoking a couple of cigarettes or something like that. No, me, this other guy ran up to him. What would your reaction be? Especially when you were there. No, what would your reaction be?
Man, I still think I'd like hit him out. I've always been the one to like listen to crazy.
I'd be laughing
Yeah, I'd be laughing. I'd be like, dude, there's no way that you believe in lizard people. Explain this to me.
I think I died from a heart attack. On top of that, though, I would tell all of our buddies, like, oh, yo, man, Tom, actually listen to this.
Yeah, I'd get everybody and be like, hey, guys, come listen to this. This is awesome. This guy believes in lizard people.
Yo, man, this guy believes in these lizard people that are taking over the world.
But, like, it's kind of the same thing with Men in Black, I think, because, have you seen V?
What is it?
V, the TV show?
V?
V.
V. No, I never heard
Yeah,
it.
just a V, like V.
Yeah, the letter V, I get it.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a science fiction franchise created by an American writer, producer and director, Kenneth Johnson.
Yep.
About a genocidal invasion alien race known as the Visitors, hence V.
Yep.
Pretty much they're reptilians who disguise themselves as humans and try to take over the Earth. Again, back to like the Men in Black. Paul.
Yep.
Maybe the aliens are controlling all these celebrities and they're like, let's make a TV show about ourselves. It'll be awesome. Nobody will know. And then, bang. They made V.
True. Yeah, I gotta get up for a few minutes right now.
Alright, hey. Actually, I think that will be all for tonight, Johnny.
Yep.
It is pretty long. maybe we'll get back together again soon, and we'll continue talking about other conspiracy
Finish
theories.
about this conspiracy stuff, you know.
Yeah. So yeah, you go ahead. Have a good night. It's late. It's 11 o'clock where you are. So
Is it really 11 o'clock, man? I don't know.
yeah, it's 11 o'clock.
Well,
All right, man.
Be a very long series about me.
All right, man.
Interesting stuff with me. It was nice talking to you about what was going on.
Oh yeah, it was very nice. I loved your input. It was awesome. I'd love to definitely have you back. Hopefully talk about Bigfoot next time.
Bigfoot's totally coming into it. Putting a lot of undiscovered aliens, or aliens or animals, what they are out there.
Right, man. I will definitely talk to you later. And guys, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. And comment, question, whatever, what you thought about this video. And I would really appreciate that. Johnny, you have a good night.
You too, man.
Alright, talk to you later.
Good night.